In this video, I'm going to go over some of the settings in the trace window, but first I need an image. So I'm going to go to File, Place Image, and I'll choose this one here, which is quite large. So I'll go ahead and reduce that size a bit. Alright, so you can open Trace by clicking on the shortcut key here at the top, or you can go to File, Trace Image, or use the shortcut Control-Shift-T. Alright, and that's going to open this box. So, this window. The first thing that I'm going to go over is Restore Settings. If you've been working in here and you've traced other stuff, you may want to restore your settings back to what it was when you first opened the window. And then you have Save as an SVG file. So you can save your traces as an SVG and upload those into your cutting software, like your Silhouette Studio if you have Designer Edition or above, or your Cricut, or any other machine that uses SVG files for cutting. Over here you have Prompt to Continue Tracing. So if I'm tracing the green here, which, let me just lower this and show you that that's what is traced so far. These are the closed shapes. The closed shapes are always going to be green, and then the reason that the orange isn't showing up is because it's a lighter color than the magenta and the purple, but I'll get to that. All right, so prompt to continue tracing means that if I've traced this green and then I need to go and trace this orange, if I don't have this checked and I click OK to accept the green, it's going to close this window. But with this checked, then I can, a window will pop up and say, do you want to continue tracing? And I'll click yes, and then this window here does not close. Okay, so it's just a great time saver, I think. Okay, so then up here we have show nodes. Now you can show your nodes. Let me zoom in here. And what the nodes are from point to point to point all the way around your shape. And this is what your cutter follows. It goes from this point to this point to this point. So if you have an intricate design, like I was showing you earlier with those two circles with the lace around the outside, or the design around the outside, you could have thousands of nodes here. In this image alone, I have 187, and I'm not even done tracing yet. Okay, so you can check that out. Now, you can reduce these nodes, and I suggest doing that for any SVG file by going to Path Simplify, and I can't do that, or I have to close this window, but there is a Simplify under Path, and I went over that when I went over the menu bar Path menu, so you can check that out. And then, you know, we have our Show Source Image. So if I take this all the way to the right, let me untick this. It's going to show my source image. If I take it all the way to the left, it's going to show me all the closed shapes that I've traced. Okay. And then if I click OK, I have to click OK first to accept it. So let me go ahead and do that. And I have this checked. So see, the box is going to pop up, would you like to continue tracing? Yes. So then I can go on to, I can turn this back up so I can see my orange, and then I can go on to tracing that orange, and I'll get to that. Okay, so then you have your zoom in, zoom out, and fit to window, and then you have reset mask, and that is for this here. first you have a crop. So if I only wanted to trace this flower, then I could crop it, okay? And then just work on this flower, and none of this will trace. Anyway, that is the crop. Okay, you can crop things out. You can crop just the, you know, just the head of that flower. Then we come to draw mask. Now this is pretty cool. Let me go ahead and zoom in here on this flower. All right, so you have mask, foreground, and background. Now the way it was explained to me was that mask foreground would be adding to a shape, and the background would be subtracting from a shape. So I'll show you what I mean. If I choose mask foreground, if you can see at the end of my mouse, I have a square. I can increase that. I'll increase it to about 8. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and, let me get down here a little bit further. I'm going to go ahead and left click and drag this up here like so. Now, you can see that green line there, right? If I update my preview, it's going to show that my cut line is now out here. So it's on the, you know, the boundary of where I drew that mask. All right. And then if I do the background, which is going to subtract, so let's say I want to subtract part of this leaf here. I don't like how it's so wavy. I want it to be more straight. Then when I click preview, it's going to actually take that cut line and put it down here. So this I can see being a great tool for like print and cut images of like your pets or something like that. I showed you earlier about my pet, and I said that I would show you or explain to you the mask, and that's what you could do. I could take this and I could go all around my dog that I showed you earlier, and then erase all of this background and just have him. So this is nice. I like this. I can see using this. All right, so then we come over here. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here because there's a lot to that side of the trace window, and I want to make sure that I cover it all and my video doesn't end up being an hour long. So thanks for watching.